The leader of the race is Josef Newgarden. It's looking closer and closer that this just might be Joseph's day.
After coming close to winning many different races in his first 3 seasons, Josef Newgarden finally reached the top step of the IndyCar podium earlier this year.
The wait is over. Josef Newgarden is an IndyCar race winner.
When we finally won it, I didn't get overjoyed, I didn't get crazy emotional, just because I was relieved.
During the offseason, his team merged with Ed Carpenter Racing, and the result has easily been Joseph's best season of his IndyCar career.
Combining the resources all year long is where we've tried to find success, and it led us to success at Barber. And I know that's not the only place it's going to happen. I feel like Toronto's another spot where we can really capitalize on this new formed group.
Josef Newgarden, he could join a list of Americans who have won this race.
It took him 55 races to get his first IndyCar win. But with a little luck north of the border, the 24-year-old American didn't have to wait long for his second win.
Josef Newgarden, the 24-year-old American, wins in Toronto.
It's an amazing thing right now, and hopefully we can continue doing this. I mean, the year's not over yet.
Hey, you guys want to do a selfie real quick?
Let's do it. Hey, get up here. We'll do a selfie. Get up top.
Now the tradition of the selfie.
The spectacular undulating Barber Motorsports Park, round 4, the Honda Indy Grand Prix of Alabama. Look at power. Castro Neves defends it on the inside, goes Josef Newgarden. Awesome move.
Second place is now Josef Newgarden.
How about Newgarden? Is he on a roll or what, Paul? I mean, he made a great pass through a section that you're not supposed to be able to pass at.
Newgarden is making that corner his own. That's exactly where he put a move on Will Power early in the race, and that's what he did again to Helio Castro Neves. That's slick.
Lee, if you're going to win today, it's going to be on the back of a move like that. That was just exceptional racecraft from Josef Newgarden.
Josef Newgarden gets his first win in the Verizon IndyCars. Congratulations, it was a long wait, but he finally got it done.
Barber was a big day. It was, it was obviously a huge day for me. I mean, it was the culmination of a lot of years of work. I mean, that was a lot that went into just that one victory. Hopefully you can win many races in your career, but the first win, getting to that point, achieving that, not many people get to do that. And so that was a big day for everyone that's been involved in my life.
What a day. What a day. I'm just happy it's over with. I mean, really wanted to win with this team. They deserve it so much at CFH Racing, and we had everything we needed to win a race. They did everything that I needed. They gave me an incredible car, great strategy, great pit stops. We got great partners, great owners, great everything. And we got good engineers, good mechanics, good management. It was all there. It needed to happen.
The entire first 3 years of my career with SFHR, we were so close to winning races at so many times, and it just never materialized that, it was pretty demoralizing at times. I mean, we were close, and we deserved to win. I mean, as a group, we were super strong. We did everything that we needed to, and we just were never able to cap a victory off. It was bound to happen to me. So I think the relief is more what people saw that day. It just wasn't over. I wasn't overjoyous. I was just really relieved that it finally happened.
The win came in just the 4th race for CFH Racing, a newly merged team between Sarah Fisher Hartman Racing and Ed Carpenter Racing.
I figured that was exactly what both groups needed. I think they were both very successful in their own rights. I think we had great performance with our race car at SFHR. We were so close to winning races, and it just never materialized. But with Ed Carpenter Racing, they did win races. They won races, but at the same time, I think they had some missing pieces too. And I think that merging those two teams together, they complemented each other.
Josef has spent his first 3 years under the tutelage of Sarah Fisher. With the team merger, he now has 3-time IndyCar race winner Ed Carpenter to learn from as well.
Working with Ed is, it's kind of a two-pronged thing. He's very good at helping just manage the weekend, manage what I'm doing with the engineers, everything that you go through as a driver during the weekend when you're working with the entire team and you're trying to prep everything for qualifying, prep everything for the race, all those little processes that you have to go through and how dialed in you have to be. he helps with that time management, helps with, the information that I'm giving to the team. He's very good at making sure that I'm efficient enough to help the team get where it needs to be.
I just try to listen, and maybe it's having a one-on-one conversation with him when a session's over if I see something that I think he can improve on, whether it's driving or, mental things, just to kind of be a sounding board. I can sit back, watch what everyone's doing, and mainly listen, but when I feel like there's something that we need to do or we're about to do wrong, kind of jump in at that point.
Josef Newgarden will put his name in the record books forever as a Firestone Indy Lights Series champion.
It was Sarah Fisher who first took a chance on a then 20-year-old Newgarden after he won the Indy Lights Championship back in 2011.
Sarah's been great, first off because she's one of the key people that helped me become an IndyCar driver. Along with her husband, Andy O'Gara, and then also with Wink Hartman and Libba Hartman. Those 4 people are really critical to making me an IndyCar driver. Having great people like Sarah around me has, I think, really helped nurture me as a young guy and help me become better at the sport and help me keep me in the sport. I mean, it's one thing to get here, but to stay here, to hopefully have a long, successful career, that's another thing. And I think Sarah's been really critical to helping me hopefully do that, throughout my life.
It's neat to watch a kid grow up in the camera and to see what he's done since he was, just 19 to 20 years old till now. Just the professionalism, the work that he's put in himself. It's just incredible. He deserves an opportunity, and I'm really thankful to Wink Hartman that, Wink Hartman gave him the opportunity to become what he is. And Joseph's worked hard. We've given him tools to do that, but at the end of the day, it's just neat to be a part of overall.
Although he won his first race and is currently a career-best 8th in the championship, Josef and the team have struggled at times this year, including at Indianapolis.
We were having a tough month. It wasn't going as smooth as we wanted. We were trying to figure out the new aero kit, and we couldn't quite get a handle on it. We were just struggling with the race car. And then we had one of those bumps in the road where I ended up catching some debris on the track. I probably, hit a nail or something that was, loosely hanging on the track, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, a tire is going down and I'm flying into the wall.
And we have a car that has flipped over. It is the 21 of Josef Newgarden.
I've heard the quote that there's guys that hit the wall in Indianapolis and there's guys that are gonna hit the wall. It's part of the process. And I've never smacked the wall like that in Indy. I've never really had a huge hit, and that was kind of my first one.
Josef came back and had a career-best 9th place finish at Indy to go along with a successful season so far.
Oh, this is good. Where's the beast at? I think it's in the back. You want to go to that to start? All right, let's do the beast, yeah.
In early June, Josef Newgarden spent a day off where many 24-year-olds do in the summer, at the amusement park with his friends.
Kings Island is great, okay? I'm a kid. I love going to roller coasters, any theme parks, I'm all about it. But more than that, going to Kings Island was an opportunity to hang out with my friends, which is, to me, one of the best things to do when we're not racing Indy cars. Mike check! That's the perfect type of day that I'd like to have. It's more about spending time with them than what we're doing. So we could go anywhere, it doesn't matter. Just as long as I'm getting to spend time with my friends, it's a good day.
No. Stop it! Holy shiitake. Apparently this is a great ride. Ah!
Roller coasters are very similar to race cars. When you experience G-forces going, 60, 70, 90, 100 miles per hour, those are the type of G's that you're going to be experiencing in an IndyCar. And most people don't get to experience that in real life. They don't know what you're feeling in a race car. So next time you go into a roller coaster or a theme park, that's what you should think of. You get in a roller coaster, you start accelerating, doing 3 Gs vertically, 4 Gs, 5 Gs in the corner. That's exactly what it feels like in an IndyCar. It's just a little bit different experience, but it's the same type of sensation that we're getting.
Look at this.
Josef, you look worried.
Look at Nick. He's about to transform into the Hulk here. Grant's so giddy.
Oh,
I think I saw Jesus here. Hey, what's up? Can I get 4 balls?
4 balls?
4 balls, yeah. That would be awesome. I played basketball when I was a kid, but I have not picked up a basketball in a little while. I haven't had time. And to knock down a couple shots was pretty nice, especially when I have my buddies there. We're competing. You know, we're having a good time.
We can shoot up both.
All right, go for it. Go ahead.
Knocking down 2 shots, especially with those funny goals that, you know, those baskets, they are not fit for basketball, okay? They're cheater baskets, so to be able to knock down a couple shots was pretty cool.
Get a regular one. Just pick one, Dave. Smiley ball. Thanks, man.
All right, give it to someone.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Me
too.
Josef grew up playing basketball and baseball and spent some time in the batting cage before the Toronto race.
I always loved baseball, but it wasn't something I wanted to do for a living. I mean, you know, if you're lucky enough to make it a career, it's just not something that I wanted to do. I enjoyed playing baseball, but it wasn't what I had my dream set on. I mean, racing to me was was more important, so that's what I focused on. Wow. I remember finally trying go-karts when I was 13, and I didn't really want to play baseball anymore. I still liked it, but I mean, my only thought was, you know, when can I get in a go-kart again? It was the only thing I wanted to do. So it was pretty clear to me what I had a passion for. You know, I liked baseball, but I didn't have a passion for it. It was something that was fun for me. Whereas racing was a passion immediately, and I knew I wanted to do that. See, like there, I swear, that's a change up in speed. Toronto's great. I love Toronto. I think, you know, I've always had good success finding speed around the place. I feel like Toronto's another spot where we can really capitalize on this new formed group.
This is Indy Toronto, an exhibition place on a day that has been somewhat challenging, but we are ready to get things going.
After qualifying 11th of the 23-car field, Josef Newgarden will need a bit of luck to get to the front here on the bumpy, twisty streets of Toronto.
How you guys feeling today? Mixed. Yeah? It is raining. We don't know what's going to happen. And it's not going to be raining eventually. It's probably going to be wet for a while, then you're going to be dry. It's probably going to be like Detroit. Yeah? Detroit all over again, so that could mean multiple things, you know?
Josef is confident in the speed of his CFH racing car. He was third quick in the Friday and Saturday practice sessions, but due to an issue in qualifying, he will start mid-pack.
What happened to you guys qualifying? Just didn't. You just missed it. We just didn't. It was so close. So minute. It's one lap. It was so close, and you know, we just if you don't just get it right, you don't get it right. That's how it is too. So we missed it a little bit, but the car is still very fast. It was fast from the beginning. I think it was good in warm-up. Was it good? Yeah, I think it would have been, you know, it was good in qualifying. We just missed it a little bit. Okay. So it should be fine. I mean, we got a fast car. It's not a question of the speed. We just didn't get it all put together like we wanted to yesterday. So. Do you need to go off strategy from 11th, or? I don't think so now because it's wet. You know, if it was dry, maybe. But because it's wet, and it's really going to come down to everybody's going to come in the pits at different times for dry anyway. It's always that program. Yeah, that's probably what it'll be today too. So I don't think you'll see much difference from strategy on a lot of people. So
as Josef prepares to take the green flag with Firestone rain tires, the track is still wet, but the rain has stopped.
This is Indy Toronto. It's round 10 and the green flag flies.
Green.
The racing groove is starting to dry out, which means they're going to move around a little bit to keep those tires from shredding.
dry patches are getting a little bit bigger. It's still wet in the brake zone right now. It's drying sort of on the right side of the track. Getting a little bigger though. It looks like it's going to dry quickly.
Sit up, sit up. 2 turns, Lesky, down 2 turns. Your ends. Right here. Suspension looks good. Still waiting, you're still waiting. Go, 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 go. Clear out, clear out.
After the first round of pit stops on lap 11, the 67 car gained 1 spot, but Josef struggled to hold it as he fought for track position with IndyCar veteran Tony Kanaan.
Josef Newgarden won to the bottom of the racetrack. Only problem is Tony Kanaan was there. Pretty good piece of driving by that pilot of that number 67 machine. He wound it up and he stayed off the tire barrier.
Hey Joseph, how are the Reds hanging in there for you?
I feel like they're already starting to go off.
As his softer alternate red tires wore, Josef struggled and managed to maintain 10th position. On lap 28, earlier than all but 2 others, team manager Andy O'Gara made the call to pit. A call that in the end would change Josef's race entirely.
Let's pit this lap, pit, pit, pit. A clean entry in, watch your speed, watch your speed. Hold your brakes.
James Jakes just locked him up and made contact with a tire barrier here in turn number 5.
Caution, clear out.
The situation for Josef Newgarden and for Carlos Munoz, they caught a great break. They are going to cycle through to the front.
Track position in a race like this is everything.
After starting the Honda Indy Toronto from 11th on the grid, and despite having a very quick car, Josef Newgarden was looking for every opportunity to advance on the tight and rough Toronto street circuit.
Guys, good stuff, guys.
But the quick pit stop by Josef's CFH racing crew wasn't the team's only cause for celebration, as the good fortune of a timely caution flag fell into their laps.
Car 7 and the safety team are just nosed into the tires, turn 5.
All right, good job, bud. Looks like we caught a break there. Take it easy and do what you can to pack up. You guys should catch the lead group this lap. Pits are still closed. Pits are still closed. We will stay out. Stay out.
On lap 31, Josef navigated his newly serviced Alara to the front, passing nearly the entire field as they pitted for fuel and tires under the caution period.
Cycling up to the front, Castroneves, Newgarden and Munoz, who did not pit that time around. Of course, Newgarden and Munoz in before the yellow. Castroneves stayed out.
Looks like obviously Elio stayed out here. We should have pretty good pace over him when we go back green.
Josef's team expected Penske driver Elio Castroneves to pit with the others, but oddly, the Brazilian elected not to. Instead, he led the field to the restart on lap 33.
I mean, I'm not going to be silly with him. How many laps do you have till he's going to pit?
Probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 10. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Green, 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 green. Yellow flag here, yellow flag.
What's Elio doing here?
He's going to be ducking off. I'm sure he's going to take this. You had good pace there at the end. You were pulling Munoz, had a little over 2 seconds.
9 laps later, the race's second caution flag flew. Castroneves, having stretched his fuel for 31 laps, had to pit. And with that, Josef Newgarden led the race.
All right, bud, you got the field.
Finally in the lead, Josef was showing how fast the CFH car really was.
Pit this lap, pit, pit, pit.
Copy. Up, please, sit up.
Watch your speed on entry.
Fuel and tires, no adjustments.
Hold your brake, reset your fuel. Still holding here, we're fine. Go, 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 clear out, clear out, clear out.
On lap 58, a clean final pit stop got Josef back on track quickly, and optimism for a second career win was high.
Newgarden is back out. He won't need to stop anymore.
Yeah, and it's a long stop, full tank, about 8 seconds worth of fuel delivery. Can go all the way.
All right, we should be good to the end here.
By then, Josef and new CFH Racing teammate Luca Filippi, who started 6th and had never dropped from the top 9, were in lockstep at the front. With just one car left to pit, this was shaping up to be the most successful day in the young history of Carpenter Fisher Hartman Racing.
Right now, she effectively has 1-2 with Ed Carpenter, CFH Racing. You got the advantage when the yellow came out after you came in for that second stop. Lucky or just good?
A little bit of luck, right? We'll take it. I mean, both Joseph and Luca are doing a great job, both teams, and we just got to ride this out. We're waiting for Gonzalez to pit, so we'll just see how it goes.
17 laps to go, 17 to go. You got Luca right with you now. Just do what you can to stay on Gonzalez. He'll be ducking off here.
Rookie driver Rodolfo Gonzalez's slower laps proved problematic for Newgarden, bunching up the field behind him and allowing his surprisingly aggressive teammate Filippi a run on him.
Let's just be smart with our teammate. If he gets a run, you're doing just fine.
Watch this at the end of Lakeshore Boulevard. Filippi on the outside. These are teammates.
Okay, let's be smart here racing our teammate. Let's be smart. You got pressure behind. All right, they're calling the 18 car in this lap. Just keep doing what you're doing.
With Gonzalez out of his way and his sights focused on victory, Josef stretched his lead over Filippi and the rest of the field.
Still maintaining the gap, plus 1.3.
And sailed to his second career win.
The team's first 1-2. Josef Newgarden, the 24-year-old American, wins in Toronto.
Great job, buddy. Great job. Congrats. Hey, that's a 1-2 right there. You're damn straight, buddy.
Once we got track position, you could see our race cars were fast, and we've had fast cars all year. It's just a matter of capitalizing on it. So Barber was a big relief, and I think today was just capitalizing on good cars and a good team.
I'm just extremely proud of him. You know, he's grown up in front of all of our eyes, and he's handled himself extremely well, and he's just done a tremendous job, and he's more than deserving of this opportunity.
The young driver from Henderson, Tennessee, is thankful for the opportunity and proud of the result. But even after a second career win, Josef is still humble.
I don't think I've ever felt like I belonged in IndyCar Series. Even now, I mean, you win a couple races, I still don't think you feel like you belong. You've always got to go out there and prove yourself. So even you get a win, you get 2 wins, you got to go back the next week and try and do it again.